Multiplying polynomials special cases. You already know how to multiply polynomials. If you can recognize these special cases, you will be able to use these shortcuts. The first special case is called a perfect square trinomial. You can multiply it as usual, or you can use the shortcut. The polynomial is squared. This means to multiply, you need to write the polynomial twice. Now multiply as usual. 2x times 2x is 4x squared. 2x times 7, 14x. 7 times 2x is also 14x. 7 times 7 is 49. 4x squared plus 28x plus 49. Notice that the middle term repeated. The first term is squared, the last term is squared, and the middle term is the product of the two terms doubled. We can see this will always happen if we demonstrate with a and b instead of numbers. The first term is squared, then a times b, then b times a, then b squared. We end up with the first term squared, double the product of the two terms, and then the last term squared. This means we could use a shortcut when multiplying a perfect square trinomial. Instead of multiplying it out, I can square the first term. I can multiply by 2 the two middle terms, so 2x times 7, and then square the last term. I end up with 4x squared, double the product of the middle terms for 28x, and 49 for the last term. So I can multiply the long way or use the shortcut and get the same answer. Now pause the video and try it yourself. For this example, multiply as usual and try the shortcut. With a minus sign in the middle, you will get a negative middle term. Now that you have tried it yourself, check your answer. I will multiply the long way first and then show the shortcut. 3x times 3x is 9x squared. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15x. Negative 5 times x is negative 15. Negative times negative is positive 25. 9x squared minus 30x plus 25. The first term was squared. The last term was squared for a positive 25, but the middle term is double of 3 times negative 5, so a negative 30x. We can see this will always happen if we demonstrate with a and b. A squared, negative times positive is negative ab, negative times positive is negative ab, negative times negative is positive b squared. So the first term is squared, the middle term is negative, double the product, last term is positive b squared. To use the shortcut when there's a negative sign in the middle, first square the first term for 9x squared, square the last term for positive 25, multiply the two terms together for a negative 15, and double the result for negative 30x. You can use the shortcut or the long way. You will get the same answer. The second special case is very similar, but the shortcut is even quicker. This case is called difference of squares. The two factors are the same except one has a plus sign and the other has a minus sign. The answer will be a difference of squares, two squared terms with a minus in between. First we multiply as usual. 3x times 3x is 9x squared. 3x times negative 4 is negative 12x. 4 times 3 is positive 12x. 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. Notice the middle term cancels out, leaving 9x squared minus 16. Using a and b, we can demonstrate that this will always happen. A times a is a squared. A times negative b is negative ab. B times positive a is positive ab. B times negative b is negative b squared. This leaves us with a squared minus b squared. To use this shortcut on our example, all we need to do is square the first term. 3x squared is 9x squared. Square the last term for 16 and place a minus in between. You can use either method to get your answer. Now pause the video and try it yourself. Now that you have tried it, check your work. I will do it both ways, the long way and then the short way. X times x is x squared. X times negative 7 is negative 7x. Now 7x minus 49. The middle term cancels out, leaving x squared minus 49. For the shortcut, I just square x to get x squared, square 7 to get 49, put a minus in between. So you could use the shortcut or the long way and get the same answer. In summary, there are two special cases. In the first case, a perfect square trinomial, square the first term, square the last term, and for the middle term, double the product of the two terms. In the second case, difference of squares, square the first term, square the second term, and put a minus sign between the two terms. Please feel free to use these notes as you complete your homework. Thank you.